All right, we got a new package in the mail. I think there's something in here. Is it a new crossbow? I don't think so. Let's check and see what it is. I'm pretty excited about this. I've got our 50 caliber bullet knife here. We'll open that up. I use that for opening all the mail. We'll give it a nice slicey right here. See if I can do that without severing whatever the contents are inside of there. I don't want to break anything, but all right. Just what we were waiting for, kiddo. Excited?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I know what it is.
You do? What?
What?
It's already broken. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, let's try this over again. All right, zoom out wide, Genevieve. Show them what's in this box. Show them. Do you see it? Do you see it? We got a box in the mail from Excalibur Crossbows. I wonder if this is a new crossbow. No, I'm betting it's not. But we're going to open it up. We're going to find out what's in it. And I'm going to see if I got a little knife here. Got my messy desk. Please don't pay too much attention to this messy desk. But got the 50 caliber bullet knife. YouTube will love that one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. We're going to put a little cut right in there. Probably severed whatever's in here right in half. All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. All right, let's see what they sent us here. We got a packing slip. Yep, thanks a lot for that. Taxman will love that. We've got some, mounting hardware. Interesting. And a very thick package. Oh, I wonder what's in here. We'll get the old knife-a-roo here and cut that open. If the contents of this package are affected by that knife, then we got bigger problems than what we got. I'm going to open this up. Ooh, look at this. Look at these little guys.
Aww.
Two little guys. And there's some numbers on the back I'm going to talk to you about later in this video. And then, wait, there's more. What else is in this package?
It's a Subway sub.
It's a Subway sub. No, it's a big set of big boy limbs. Wow. Now, I want to be clear about something here. Look at the difference, right? Look at the difference. Do you see the difference? Ooh. This set of limbs, hopefully, will never be needed. Do you know what these are for, Genevieve?
They're for Bunjie, aren't they?
For Bunjie, yep. 229s, 29. Whatever that means. But either way, we got two that match. We should be happy. Good to go. We're going to put these on the Bunjinator someday if need be. Or if the other ones get too dirty or scuffed up or whatever.
Or if I just feel like changing them.
Or if I just feel like changing them. Right. I'll change them and sight it in.
Maybe you'll dip these ones.
Oh, that's a good idea. We could dip these. Make black ones. Right? Black ones.
Death by Bunjie logo ones.
Yeah, but we could do black ones, though, for the blind. You know, change them out.
Ooh.
If you're hunting in a blind, you put these limbs on. If you are hunting in a tree stand, you use the regular limbs, the candle limbs. But these little guys, we're going to see how they go.
Take three.
Take three. We are going to try and put a new limb on old Lefty here. Actually, we're going to put two limbs on this crossbow. You can see the broken one right here. Real shame. You can actually see through it. It delaminated real nice. But the fibers themselves are actually broken in there too. There is no saving these limbs. Everybody, I think, agrees on that. But the first order of business is we got to get this brand new string off of this crossbow. So we're going to try and cock it, I guess, with the cocking mechanism. We're going to try and crank it back. It doesn't need an awful lot, but it's probably going to break that limb further in the process. And then we will remove the string. Once we get the string off, the limbs come back the way they want to be. We can take these bolts out, pull the limbs off. There's new hardware. We're going to try it. And we're going to try and rebuild old Lefty here. You all set?
Yeah, I think so.
Give it a try here.
Yeah.
All right, we got her all set up. Genevieve's going to try and crank away here. It's probably going to break that limb.
Well, it's a good thing it's already broken.
Can't do too much more damage. That thing could fly back, so you're just going to go slow.
Yep.
Just try and crank it back enough that I can...
Yep.
Remember how to do it?
Yeah.
You've been playing with a scorpion so long, you probably don't remember how to do it. You don't really forget, do you?
No, I think I'm right.
You're not going to cock it all the way back. I don't
No.
know. Just so it doesn't go breaking on your face.
Or foot.
Yeah.
I would mess around on that side with the
Okay.
string. I think it'd be better.
I think that's better.
Yeah.
Instead of the feeble side, huh?
Yeah.
It probably is going to break. It's just going to break with it, loosen that string up. If
Yeah.
it, don't be peeking down here in it.
I know.
Fire in a hole.
I can hear it crinkling.
All right, we're probably good though.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I hate these things. It such a poor design. That's right. I forgot about that. You are going to have to go farther. Keep going. A little bit farther. Right there. Stop right there.
Yep.
All right. There. That's off. Now you can let it back down. Let it back down.
There's like no tension on it.
Keep going.
It's all the way down.
Yeah, it's just straightening right out. You can hear it crisping away in there. You hear that?
Just like the other day.
Bunjie Jr. has seen better days. Finally happened.
It was the loudest sound I have ever heard a crossbow make.
Tell us what happened when you were doing it.
So I was cocking it, and it got up to about here, a little over half probably, and it just popped all at once. And like I felt a piece hit me in the shoe or something, but it was really, really loud. And like I yelled a little bit, and nobody heard me. But yeah.
Did you swear?
No.
Of course you didn't swear.
No, I didn't. But still crinkling away down there.
Yeah, I'll just stay away from that side.
Yeah.
But it should be all right on this side. I'm just going to force this off there. I told her we don't have to be too nervous about it at this point because it's junk at this point. Like we won't reuse either of these limbs. But that string is brand new. Like she got shot twice before the limb went, and it still looks in really good shape. Can you get some footage of that? So we got like a real nice looking string. So I'm pretty happy with that. That serving's still in great shape, brand new string. There's nothing like a fresh, brand new string on a crossbow to really, really make you happy. So these dudes, we do have more of these right here. The X Shocks. Got more of those to pretend that, you know, I'm going to have to buy some goat tough glue or something to get them to stay on there because they don't want to stay on here. I will recycle these little dudes too, but I do have a set of the limb savers to put on here, the ones that came off of, they're not really limb savers, a different brand of things, but the stuff that comes off of the, that came off of Bunjie at one point. I used them on there, but they're in great shape. We can stick them there on there too. Not really sure what the plan is. Genevieve and I are going to go for a drive today. We got a couple little errands to run, don't we, for future videos. It's still making noises. Holy cow. Look at that too. You can see right through there. You see right through there? Hi.
Hi.
Hi up there.
Hi.
You can see me right through it. Right through there.
Don't stick your finger in
I'm
there.
not sticking my finger in there. Yeah, so whatever. But we're going to talk about the options with this thing, and we do have options. So there will be future videos on what to do with this broken down, feeble crossbow. But the next order of business is get these limbs off of here and see where we're at. So we'll loosen this. We'll take this out of here, but we got to take this out too. Okay. These are like air brakes. But you can see how these pads right now are very compressed. You don't want to leave these with a string off. If you have these installed on your crossbow from Excalibur, you wouldn't want to store it with the string off to where these pads are compressed like that, because it can, over time, it will ruin those pads. And you just have to replace the pad. It's not the end of the world. But if you were going to take the string off and store the crossbow without the string on it, then you would take these right off and take this whole thing apart and store it that way. Then you have to rebuild it when you put it back together in the spring, or in the fall when you get ready to hunt again. If you don't have these air brakes on here, these type of suppressors, then you don't have to worry about that. Not a big deal. But we're going to have to pull these off too in order to get that off there. And then this guy as well. So I'll see if I can break him loose. Do you remember what numbers it is? I don't know. I'm just going to. This is what I do. This is the official Death by Bunjie way of figuring it out. I don't know if they're metric. I don't know if they're standard. These little wrenches, the set is standard. They are on there good. So this is going to be a battle. But all we got to do is get these turned somehow and get the limbs off.
Just get the Sawzall out.
lefty Lucy here will get her turned. Finally got some purchase on that one. So this is the left healthy limb, or what appears to be healthy. You never know with this stuff. There's always the chance that it is in fact not healthy. You know, these things, it's entirely possible it looks fine to the eye, but is in fact dealing with all kinds of problems. All right, see if I can get that. Oh man, that one is in there good.
It's probably from the other day. I got so mad at it for not being accurate, I tightened it right down.
We did try to tighten these, didn't we? All right, so we can at least get that out of there. This we have to put back in. I don't think we got new hardware for that. They did not send any instructions. Thanks a lot, Excalibur. All right. Man, we had that on there good. There. Yeah. If that twisted, it didn't. Good. Look at that. What a piece of crap.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope. It bent my screwdriver too. This won't even come out now. Oh, man. Always thought it was interesting that Excalibur is a Canadian crossbow company, and most of the parts on it are standard, not metric. That's pretty cool.
That was kind of weird.
So they're selling them for an American market, I guess. The limbs, the new limbs are shipped from...
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
How'd that happen? The new limbs were shipped from an American outfit. Isn't that funny? They're shipped from the United States. They're owned by an American company now, I guess. So. Well, we did get the limbs off. We got the bolts out. That was a hassle. Look at these bad boys. Excalibur loves its Loctite. And man, I'm telling you what, I had to use a Dremel to cut these off in the first place because the metal, they want you to use the Allen wrenches and stuff, but man, all they were going to do was twist this off. These were in there so hard, so tight, there's no way they were coming off of there with Allen wrenches. I was not getting them off. I ended up cutting them off to get the limbs off the front of the riser, and then I had to Dremel it out and make them flat. Do you see how I carved it out to make it kind of flat so that I could get the vice grips on just to turn them? Fortunately, we were able to get all four of them out. No problem. Didn't crack the riser, nothing like that. We're in good shape. So the front end of this thing is now naked. Look at this carcass of a crossbow. You see this?
Looks like a raven.
How to make a
DIY raven.
Yeah, DIY. Make your Excalibur narrower. Get rid of the limbs. They don't like limbs in the first place, now do they, Genevieve?
There you go.
Yeah, Excaliburs don't like limbs. Not the small ones, anyway. So this is what the limbs look like. I want to show you what we're doing. Taking off the last of the Dr. Stirrup here. We have Dr. Stirrup limb dampeners. Those are not going back on. Genevieve and I have had conversations. We're not putting these back on. Not putting any rubber on it. These can stay on because I goat tough glued them on. The X-Shocks do not want to stay on Excalibur crossbows. They sell them, but if you leave them on there for 48 hours, the glue will set and they'll stay on there.
Then they come off. They come off when you shoot. Yeah.
They come off when you shoot. It's that simple. I goat tough glued these on, the same glue that you use for fletchings, right? To glue the veins on your arrows. I glued them on with that and they're not coming off of there. But that's about the only way to get them to stay on there. I don't know they make that much difference. Anyway, we're going to run this without them. I do have another set. We can put those on later on if need be. And I'll goat tough glue those on because I'm not going to rely on their adhesive. Hand me the Scorpion. I'm going to show them Bunjie the Third here. Genevieve's going to try and do two things at once here and not wreck the Scorpion. Now, the Scorpion looks pretty naked right now too, doesn't it? Yeah. It's got no scope on it, but man, what a sweet crossbow this is. But look at the difference. I want to show you the difference on here. This rubber on here is actually glued on with the stock adhesive. I just took them off. They were in the box. I figured, what the heck, I'll put them on here. I don't know that this crossbow needs it. This crossbow is so quiet compared to this crossbow. There is absolutely nothing you will ever do to the Excalibur Micro to make it as quiet as this scorpion. You will not do it. You can't turn 285-pound draw weight into 150-pound draw weight, and that's what this is. 20. Break them both. Now we got 2 broken crossbows. It doesn't blow these rubber grommets off once they're put on there with basic adhesive. I peeled off the backing, stuck it on there, and these will probably, they've been on there for 50 shots or so. No reason to believe they're going anywhere. I'm not going to look up one day and think, oh, why is that not on there anymore? It'll be there because I think it'll just stick on there with the stock adhesive. You can't use stock adhesive on the limbs of an Excalibur. That's my point, because there's just too much. There's too much vibration there. There is more to the world of crossbow design, I think, than draw weight. And so many of the manufacturers now are just draw weight. That's what it is. Once they got consumers to accept cranks as part of crossbow hunting, well, now draw weight doesn't matter anymore. We can go as high as we want as far as draw weight is concerned. We don't have to design better technology. We can just increase the draw weight.
Then Scorpion came along.
Scorpions now, their newer ones are requiring cranks. So they're kind of falling down into the same rabbit hole, I think, but we'll see. That's just a little rant from me. But the difference is, man, this really tells me a lot, the fact that this stayed on here. And I'll let Genevieve put that down, and she's doing a great job. I'm over here, Genevieve.
I know. Hold on.
So I wanted to talk about this. We had 2 limbs, and they wrote on it with a black marker in the black part of the camo. So it's very hard to read here. But can you get that on film? That's a 72.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
So This is a 72. The other one that came off of Bunjie Jr. was a 71.5 for posterity's sake. This is the broken dude. The 71.5 is the one that broke. Genevieve had a good point. Dr. Stirrup's limb dampeners. That's the only thing that kept the limb from delaminating all the way up to the very tip, probably. So you can see where it broke, but it stopped where these were holding it in place. It's kind of funny. It's pretty bad when your rubber is what holds the limb together. But this was a 71.5. So the original set was a 72 and a 71.5. The new ones, we're going to compare them real quick, okay? And we're not going to mix them up. We're not going to put one of the... Is this one right? No. Leave these on here, we'll know, right? We'll know. The new ones did not come with X-Shocks. And we're not convinced they're getting X-Shocks. But this is a 66.5 and a 67. The 66.5 and the 67, I don't know what those numbers really mean in the great scheme of things, and I don't really know that I care, because that's Excalibur's job to know what that is. I shouldn't even have to know that there are numbers on these limbs. It is really unacceptable to me that I'm sitting here on a Saturday morning when I'm leaving to go to Maine tomorrow. I should be packing, and instead I'm replacing the limbs on my crossbow. If you, as a crossbow hunter, think that that's acceptable, then I got news for you. It's not. We should not stand for such things as this. I am not happy about this. But nonetheless, we're going to get it done. We're going to put these stupid limbs on this stupid crossbow and see what happens. Because I want my daughter to be able to shoot a crossbow while I'm gone.
Dad had his coffee, can you tell?
Yeah, well, it was a battle getting these off of here, okay? I read a post on Facebook, somebody posting on there, what I love about Excalibur is you can change the string and the limbs yourself.
Shouldn't have to change the limbs.
Why should I have to change the limbs? Why is that a good thing? This doesn't sit well with me. I'm not happy about this. This, look at this guy. That doesn't need new limbs, but guess what? I went and bought new limbs just in case. These are 29 and 29. These 2 match. Look at that. So the new, if Bunjie ever blows a limb, and I'm telling you, I've given old Bunjie plenty of opportunity to blow limbs. 5 dry fires on this guy. One of them blew the string clean off of it. The last one did. But the limbs are perfectly intact. They're beautiful. He's ready to go to Maine with me. I'm going to shoot him a couple more times today. You know,
if I feel like it.
If I feel like it, maybe I will, maybe I won't. It depends on if he wants to get shot or not, right? But I'm not putting him on the bench and trying to put new limbs on him. But I have new limbs. At this point, man, you take care of a crossbow like that, right?
Oh, so yeah.
I have lots of extra parts. That thing will last me the rest of my lifetime if I choose to use it the rest of my life. But I should have that option. This thing, I don't know how many, I'm not doing this again. I'm not putting more limbs on this thing again. Back to where we were, the 66.5 and the 67. Well, I do see a little bit of a difference. Now here, smooth going out, wrapping on like that. Here, not smooth going out. The new limbs are thicker here. They are thinner, and then there's more of a flat surface here, whereas this is angled. Ooh, that might account for something. I'm going to turn these this way and see if Miss Genevieve can get a good camera angle. Can you see a difference? Maybe you can't. This is the new limb here.
Ooh, I do.
This is flat and then goes in. This is just angled all the way. More so anyway. It seems to be flat to here. This one does. And then go in. It does seem to be a little bit. Well, that's actually the camo pattern that I'm seeing. No, they're just angled. I'm betting. Now, these new ones came with new hardware, as you can see here. And I'm betting that one of the reasons it came with new hardware is because of that flatness and that angle. I think that that's part of the difference. I don't know. I shouldn't have to know. I shouldn't have to know why. I shouldn't even be having this conversation with you. I shouldn't be making this video. I should be in the backyard shooting this thing. Hopefully we will be soon. We'll put that in the junk pile. And now what we're going to do is reassemble this crossbow. Turn it from a carcass into a functioning crossbow. Let's see if we can get them in. So that lines up. That goes on here first. Do you want it that way or do you want to do it this way?
Make a reverse draw. Yeah, like that.
Like that? Is that better? You can see where this seats that bolt. Where's that go? That's not a pain or anything. Actually, it goes there because one of them's still stuck to it. Your dad's not big on farting around. Did you know that? So that's what we'll do with this one. How about that? That looks like a plan. Put that dude in there. Bunjie came without these, didn't come with these. And I put them on here. So I've done this before. Yeah. Yeah, everybody needs. All right, so we'll put that on there. Where's my, I don't have wrenches. I think we are 3/16. Does that look right? Yeah, I think so. All right, we're going to screw that in there. Just get these on here. Washer goes on first. Then this dude, the pad goes against the limb, I'm betting. Or against this, I'm betting. So that makes sense. So this goes on here, and that does seat in there nicely. So that tells me that this is the way it goes. That makes sense? You got to use your head with this stuff. Came with no instructions. Can you believe that? But this little cylinder apparently goes on here because of that flat spot. Wants to butt up against this, I'm betting. So hopefully this thing is going to fit and do what it's supposed to do. I can spin that little cylinder around later. But so there's a flat spot. If I can get this stuck on here, the flat spot on these little cylinders right there. Are you getting video of that?
Yep.
Okay. That flat spot wants to rest above that, I'm thinking, because that's the only place where it would make contact, where it would kind of make sense. So I'm going to tighten that up just hand tight and get that started so it's happy. Then we'll ratchet this around here like this, wrap it around. I'll get it where I can. All right. So then we've got that one kind of lined up. Put our little washer on here. And they come with Loctite. Man, Excalibur loves its Loctite. It's fine if you don't have to take it apart. But man, when you got to take something apart, it's a pain in the neck. I am not a fan of Loctite. That doesn't mean... I know Excalibur users love the Loctite. Love their Loctite. And that's fine. I get it. But I'd rather go around and occasionally tighten a screw as part of my routine. I would much rather do that than have to fart around with a Dremel tool trying to get stuff out. Man, I can't get that stuff out. And this goes in a little bit of an angle, but it doesn't even seem to want to take threads. Come on. I'll have to get the drill out. We'll make it take threads. We'll make it take threads. Don't you worry.
Then throw some JB Weld in there.
JB yeah, you think Loctite? JB Weld, that's good. I'll mix up a batch of JB Weld, and this thing will never come apart, man. This is the last set of limbs. Make them last. Make them last.
The limbs in it.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So that's in there good for right now. This is
all done.
Yeah, good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's Genevieve and her tiny little crossbow.
Not lefty anymore.
I bought a brand new stirrup, brand new string, just so you could go to the meet and greet with this crossbow, and then we end up having no crossbow. All right, moment of truth. Miss Genevieve has Bunjie Jr. ready to be cocked. We're going to see how she makes out. She's cranking it back. So she's going to shoot off of that at 20. I'm going to zoom right in to the extent I am able with this little lens.
Oh, I was looking for the safety here, like the scorpion. I went here.
Got a little used to the scorpion, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of shooting multiple crossbows, but we're going to see how she makes out with this. I like having one crossbow, but we're going to see how that goes for the future.
That ain't that bad for taking the whole front end of this thing off.
You aren't that bad. You're a little high, a little left. So I would give it a 2 clicks to the right. That's a 20-yard target.
Yep.
So you can go 2 clicks to the right on a turret. Start with that and do, let's say, 4 clicks down. Okay. Make sure you turn it up
The right
to
way.
the correct way. Exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we're not going to do the whole sight in video here. But we do know, we feel a little bit better, don't we? Because we now know that Genevieve can maybe salvage Bunjie Jr. Maybe it's going to work. Have you noticed any differences with it?
Well, other than it being louder, I have to actually crank it back just a little bit more now with these new limbs.
Really? So
Yeah.
there's more.
A little tiny bit, but yeah.
They do sit a little different than. It does make a lot different sound without the rubber. So much for the suppressor part of it. That appears to be gone. Maybe we put the rubber back on, maybe we don't. To the extent that that helps save limbs and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. The other thing we are going to do, though, we are increasing arrow weight. You can see here we've added 75 grains plus the 150 grain point to the end of it. So we're shooting 485 grains or so arrows at this point. We're going to increase that to with a 100 grain insert on these pro flights. Got them on order. Are you excited about doing arrows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not her bag. I get that. Not really my bag either, but we're going to see how it goes. Thank you for putting up with me throughout the process of resurrecting Bunjie Jr. And until next time, all hail Bunjie Jr.